You know, honestly, and we kind of approach this the same year, the same way. Is what happened in the past doesn't really dictate the future. You know, we've got some key kids that if everyone was back, maybe we would use that a little bit more. But this is a whole new team. We've got to find a new identity. Maybe we've got some key pieces returning, but really, I'm not going to say it's not in the back of some people's minds, but as a coaching staff, we won't use it much.
Right.
You know, we just want to get this team going and get them motivated. I think that they're a pretty self-motivated group, which is nice for us. And you know, we get our first practice tomorrow, so we're itching to get out there. I think they are too, so it'll be fun.
Was that maybe something that you used like in the spring, maybe a little more, talk about maybe doing an extra rep or something like that? And like you said, you kind of turn the page once this season starts.
I would say the team uses it more than I do. You know, in the spring, we're done. So it's at that point, it's what can we do for 2016? Because it's
a good point.
It's not going to help us. You know, and so we've just been kind of rolling here and looking forward to getting back out there and getting after it and trying to see this team kind of find its identity.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that. I mean, you did lose, 3 really good players from last year. Is this team going to be a different team than what was the 2015 team?
I think so. You know, I think we've got some new kids that are going to need to emerge. I think they're capable of emerging. You know, you go through this every year. You lose a key piece or two. The year before it was Aaron Kirby that left. You know, so that's just college athletics. But no, we're looking forward to it. I think that we've got the pieces we need. I think we can be, while we may be different, I still think we're going to be a competitive group. The schedule will be interesting. You know, we've definitely gone out and challenged ourselves, so we'll see how that plays out, but it should be good.
I know you've basically done what the NCAA asked you to do with the schedule. I think counted up 6 Power 5 conference schools. I guess just talk about that and the challenges that lay ahead to a non-conference schedule like that especially.
Well, we talk about a challenge. I mean, we're putting ourselves out there, and I think the big thing for this group is just making sure that we maintain our composure regardless of how we start. We might get off to a little bit of a rocky start, but understanding that those matches are still helping us even if we're not winning them. You know, we get into the discussion at the end of the year of being an NCAA team, and it's going to help our RPI playing these teams. It shows that we went out and tried to schedule well, and, you know, and hopefully we pick up some good wins. But I know that's something that I've thought a little bit about, is just how we handle it if we do get off to a little bit of a rocky start. But the committee said go schedule tough, and we want to be in the tournament, so we're going to try to do everything we can to get there. This is a piece of it.
Do you feel that this is about the perfect schedule for, an NCAA resume? Is this a little maybe more top-heavy than you'd like, or what do you feel about that?
I think we could have taken 2 of those top 25 teams and scheduled a 50 to a 125 in the RPI. We just couldn't get them this year. Schedule
beating Ohio State probably did that for you.
It doesn't help. It doesn't help. So, we play who we can play. If we have to choose between playing a great team and a team that's maybe struggling, we're going to play the great team. And, maybe in the future we can pull a few more of those teams that kind of fall in that good area, and that'll help us. But I don't know. The nice thing is we're going to know what kind of team we have pretty early on in the season, and then we'll build from there.
Yeah. Well, you got 3 seniors returning, Kayla, Courtney, and Laura. I guess, will they be the leaders on the team this year, do you think?
I think so. I mean, I think we've got a couple other kids that slide in there as well. But yeah, they're going to kind of be the cornerstones. They've been on the court for several years. They understand what's going to be expected of them just from the coaching staff, and they understand what it's like on game day when they step out there. So it'll be good.
You bet. I guess let's talk a little bit about Reed Copeland. I mean, obviously she had a stellar freshman year. They talk about the sophomore slump a little bit. What are your thoughts on what she can accomplish now coming off that great freshman season?
I hope she doesn't have a sophomore slump. She's improved physically. She's improved technically. So as long as she's motivated, she's gonna be a better player for us. She's added probably 4.5 inches to her vertical jump in a year, and she was already a pretty good flyer. So we're pretty excited about that piece of it. Hopefully, everybody needs to stay healthy, but we feel like they're in pretty good shape. So it should be exciting to watch her continue to mature.
And I guess overall, where do you feel about your front line, your net people? I would imagine you feel pretty good about what you got.
Yeah, we lose Shanahan and Henderson, and they were really good up there for us, and just competitors. I think that's the biggest thing. So we've got a couple of unknowns there in terms of who's going to step in and fill some of those spots. Got a couple of ideas, but we'll see how it plays out through the practice. but we do feel like there's pieces there that can step in and allow us to continue to play at a high level.
Right. One thing I'm curious about is you got two really strong setters coming back, and how important is that to a program to have a couple setters that you can really rely on?
Well, for us, it's big.
Uh-huh.
You know, it helped us last year because coming into the season, Courtney Chacon and Danny Westfall were our two starters. And then Westfall got hurt the first weekend against Ohio State.
Right.
Corey Offit came in. This year, now Corey Offit's out with a little bit of an injury, and then we're looking at Westfall and Chacon back in.
Right.
There. So nice to have some versatility. Nice to have some kids that can step in and you know, all have playing experience in high-level games. So it'll definitely help us.
You know, you had some young kids that did step up a little bit. Madison played, I think, about 80 matches or games last year. Any thoughts on them? Lily, any stepping into bigger roles this year for you?
We hope. You know, I think Emily Hines is a player that you may see break out this year. I think Maddie DeGarmo is a player that could take that next step and do some nice things. So, yeah, those are a couple of kids that I hope to see continue to mature and gain more playing time on the court and have an impact for us.
You bet. Is that a thing where with the younger kids you've got and the older kids, I mean, I would imagine competition every day in practice is going to be what a coach hopes for.
Yeah, I think we've got a pretty good mesh of talent across the board, and hopefully there's competition that we get to see day in and day out across the net from us in practice will make us better come match time.
You bet. I guess, you know, coming off last season, where do you think this team stands in a relation to a year ago at this time?
You know, that's a good question. And if we'd had a few more practices, I might be able to
Sure,
answer it for you better.
understandable.
But, I think we have the potential to be right there again. It's funny because I've said that we may be as good or better, but our record may not indicate it early just because of some of the competition we're playing. But you know, I think that we've got all the pieces to have a successful run this year, both in the conference and nationally.
Right. And I guess finally, I'm curious, this program feels like it's on the cusp of being something really special. I guess from your standpoint, is that the feeling you have within the program? I mean, it feels like you guys are right there to be in, maybe not at Colorado State's level, but right with them in terms of the conference and everything. Do you feel that way?
I think we're there now.
Okay.
I think we, you know, I thought we were an NCAA tournament team last year. And I thought that, I don't want to say politics plays into it, but you know, when they take 6 teams behind you in the RPI, I thought we did everything we were supposed to do. And, I know Colorado State kind of sets as the benchmark here, and I thought that taking them to 5 sets here and pushing them to the brink, you know, I think we're right there. And if we are on the cusp, I hope we can take that next step and just basically knock that door down. So.
Right. You bet.